Alright, ladies and gents, today we're going to do a video on a new headphone, the Grado wireless GW-100. This is going to amaze you, so give it all the time that you can. Let's see what we have here. Wireless series, Grado Labs, and we have the stems on here, gimbals I think they call them, that go like that. Now, I want to say right up front, I have an average size head, definitely average, and I fit towards the lower end of this. And how you fit, of course, depends also on where the headband goes on top of your head. You can rotate it back a little bit, forward a little bit to get the best fit. And since the ear cups are round, either direction you go is going to be fine. So that's the gimbal, and like I said, I wear it down towards the lower end, so it'll go a little smaller heads than mine, but it'll go much bigger heads than mine. So it's made for average to big heads, and if your head's really small, you might even have to put a little padding underneath the headband here just to boost it up a little bit, or like I said, rotate the headband so it has a better fit. This is the wireless GW-100, and this thing is amazingly light. I haven't actually weighed this now, but it must be around 6-7 ounces, maybe not even that much. Let's see, they usually do these things in grams, so this can be less than 200 grams, maybe let's see, 150 to 175, somewhere around here, I don't know. But I'm guessing that a lot of this is plastic. I would imagine that the gimbals, of course, look like they're steel, and the good news, of course, is that the drivers and the electronics in here are Grado. And oh, when you hear how this thing sounds, you'll know what that means. I have had two of the SR325s, including an E. I've had the PS1000E, the PS500 regular, and I've had the GH1, the first made from a Brooklyn tree, so on. So I've had quite a few Grados, and this wow, I'd say, you know, as far as their medium price headphones and everything else, from the SR maybe 80, 125 on up to the 325, this is definitely one of the better ones in that league. This is not less sound quality than what I had in my SR 325, two of them. It's amazing. Let me characterize the sound here for a second. As the low end has warmth and impact. It's solid. It's I've heard planars in the $1,000, $1,500 range that are more solid and more and go deeper. But you know, I mean, the mid-range on here in the treble is better than those planars, because those things just, you know, they're just not the greatest on the high end. Maybe the $3,000 to $4,000 ones are, but the $1,000, $1,500 planars, no. This is better for the mid and treble, I think. It's quite good. There might be, I'd say it's probably, like the other Grados, might have a little more emphasis around 2 kilohertz. Yeah, not a lot. And I think there's a tiny bit of emphasis around 9 kilohertz, which is very common for headphones, but not anything major. I've had some headphones with major peaks and dips in them and everything else. This has no dips, and whatever emphasis there are is very minor. The sound is actually quite amazing. I just didn't expect that for $250 and wireless. I expected you know, maybe if I was lucky I'd get something like an SR60, but this is amazing. And the ear pads on here, they're not the same as the ear pads on the SR325s and that. These are a foam that's a very soft foam. Kind of reminds me of foam on some other brands of headphones I've had. I can't even remember exactly right now, but it's very fine, very soft foam. So there won't be any comfort issues with this at all. If you put this on your head and after a minute or so it even has the slightest little sense of pinching, you just pull it out slightly and adjust it on your ears and you'll be fine for hours. And because it's not confining or any of that, it's not going to heat you up and get your ears hot and all that sort of thing either. The controls are on the bottom here. I found when I paired this to my iPhone, All I had to do was push the power button here and hold on for a couple seconds. It paired right up, and turn it off same way. Hold it down for a few seconds and it turns off, and it'll turn itself off, unlike some of these headphones. Oh, wow, what's to say about this? It's pretty amazing. Very lightweight and really, really great sound. Isolation, there's essentially no isolation, very little, because it's open air. But at the same time, they've engineered it as best they can for low leakage, and it doesn't leak a whole lot. But you know, in a quiet library, sitting next to somebody, you're not going to be able to play music loud. But at home, I think there's a lot of people who will be able to play this at home where they wouldn't be able to with other open air headphones. But you know, that all varies by so many different factors. Move this out of the way here for a second. Here's a foam insert for the box. Here's a lot of these headphones used to come in these things we called pizza boxes. They look kind of like a pizza box, but this is a little smaller than that. It does have 1953 in it, and then something about what do they call this? Family Fun for 6 Decades from Brooklyn, New York. And then the front of the box is plain, just plain, you know, plain Grado here. And I think I showed you the engineers here, the famous guys. Is that John Grado back here? Yep. And then Jonathan and the other person, I'm not even familiar with that. What's that, Matthew in here? I can't tell. Somebody I have to figure out who they are. But these guys here do something different. A lot of these headphone producers and headphone companies, these guys really specialize in music going way back. I have a record album by one of the, I think John's father, he did an opera album that I have. A lot of opera songs. Great stuff. So here's the owner's guide. Just a fold out here. Shows what the controls look like, which buttons to push, and so on. And what do we have back here? We have the specifications on the very back page here, and it says, let's see, focus on that. Bluetooth 4.2, working distance 10 meters, battery life 15 hours, 20 kilohertz. Okay, all good stuff. I have no doubt that this thing will play for a solid day of use, and I typically get several days out of them because I only go an hour or two at a time. So I don't know what. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show was the this little box right here. This is a hard carry case with a zipper on it, and inside, because the ear cups on this Grado headphone fold flat like their other series do, you can actually set the headphone down inside this case. If I can get that in the camera. Set it right down inside the case, fold up the lid, zipper it shut, and there's a Grado headphone case. And I got this thing from England, of all places. Grado headphone case. So I think we've got everything pretty well covered there. Thank you very much. I'll have a written review on several sites, and a lot of detail in here. Sounds marvelous. You'll love it.